won every fight. It's one of the reasons. Not because he's one of the best to ever do it, and because he was always prepared over a very long amateur and pro career. Amazing. Another reason is he carefully selected opponents, knew when and where and when and who to fight, and basically changed the paradigm in boxing.
What I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab.
And it's exciting. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, closer range, outside. And he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you.
Few hypothetical matchups in boxing history ignite as much debate as a potential clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Bud Crawford. Both fighters stand as the defining figures of their respective generations, masters of their craft, yet entirely different in style and mindset. Analysts and boxing veterans have long speculated on who would prevail if these two-ring generals ever faced each other. But the discussion goes beyond pure skill. It's a conversation about legacy. Mayweather's flawless defensive brilliance against Crawford's adaptability, precision, and ruthless finishing instinct. It's not just a dream fight, it's a battle of philosophies.
He's done shit that Floyd Mayweather ain't done.
Like what?
Like what?
The audience that don't know.
He is a two-time undisputed champion. Floyd wasn't a one-time undisputed champion. So he has all the belts in one division and then moved up and got all the belts in another division. I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of boxing.
Yes, and he beat the man.
And he beat the man. Let's give Terence Crawford his flowers because everything he said he was going to do.
Floyd Mayweather retired with a flawless record of 50 wins and no losses, one of the cleanest and most remarkable resumes in boxing history. Throughout his career, he captured titles in 5 different weight divisions and consistently defeated some of the sport's most accomplished champions. Mayweather built his legacy on technical mastery and defensive brilliance, earning a reputation for his ability to neutralize both heavy punchers and elite strategists. His ring IQ, timing, and precision turned every bout into a calculated performance, a showcase of pure boxing intelligence.
Floyd Mayweather stopped Conor McGregor in the 10th round to improve to 50-0 in what he says will be his final fight. I actually believe him this time, Max. What's his legacy?
Well, he's one of the great pure boxers who ever lived. He has never cheated himself. He always was in condition. He had no off nights. That's why he won every fight. It's one of the reasons. Not because he's one of the best to ever do it, and because he was always prepared over a very long amateur and pro career. Amazing. Another reason is he carefully selected opponents, knew when and where and when and who to fight, and basically changed the paradigm in boxing. I'll translate. He flipped the script. I mean, really, boxing is basically, and this is just the way it is, and I'm a huge boxing fan, and I make no apologies about it, but it is fans and networks essentially exploiting fighters. That's how it works. We want to, and we demand a level of dedication and risk-taking with your health that's insane, right? Like, someone's getting their head beaten every which way, and if you quit, you don't have heart. You can't be a great fighter, which is true, by the way. It's a blood sport. And Floyd, and usually fighters wind up broke and punch drunk. And Floyd Mayweather flipped the script. He said, no, I'm not going to let the game play me. I'm going to play.
Terence Bud Crawford, on the other hand, has quietly built one of the most complete legacies of the modern era. He's become an undisputed champion across multiple weight divisions, showcasing an extraordinary ability to adapt to any style that stands before him. Crawford's switch-hitting skill, explosive power, and razor-sharp ring IQ have turned him into a nightmare for opponents. His dominance at welterweight has pushed him into the pound-for-pound conversation, a space where only Mayweather's shadow still seems to linger. veteran fighters and analysts alike have been eager to share their opinions on how a matchup between these two generational talents might unfold.
Thing is on Terence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that all that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game. And if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion. And
Oscar de la Hoya, who once shared the ring with Floyd Mayweather, recently reaffirmed his belief that Floyd remains the superior fighter. He argued that Mayweather's flawless record and unmatched technical precision place him on a level few can ever reach. De la Hoya's stance mirrors the sentiment held by many from boxing's old guard, a deep respect for Mayweather's resume and his consistent dominance at the sport's highest level. That on the other side of the debate stands Canelo Alvarez, another fighter who's faced both men, albeit under very different circumstances. Canelo made headlines when he claimed that Terence Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather, praising Crawford's ring IQ, adaptability, and the caliber of his recent wins. Coming from someone who's competed against both, Canelo's perspective adds a powerful and unique voice to the ongoing debate.
I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, you know, or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically Mayweather's a better fighter.
He faced Mayweather, what, you were 23 years old, I believe? 23. And
just
again,
turned 23.
Yeah, you just turned 23. You didn't have a lot of seasoning. I know people say, oh, he had a lot of fights. Well, you didn't have an amateur career. You started boxing at 15 as a pro, right?
Yeah.
So you gave up the weight concession, you gave up the rehydration clause, and I always thought if you would have faced him, you know, with some more seasoning, it would have gone differently.
You know, he deserved the position in that moment because, you know, Floyd Mayweather is one of the best fighters in the boxing history, and he deserved the position in that moment. You know, I try to make history, and I try to put myself in the very top in that moment. But for some reason, doesn't happen, right? And yeah, like you say, if I had that fight with Miguel Angel Cotto first and all these kind of fights, and then fight Mayweather, maybe go in the different way. But you know, we never gonna know. And I learned what from that fight, and like I say, things.
Shane Mosley, another veteran who went the distance with Floyd Mayweather, has leaned toward Terence Crawford in this hypothetical showdown. He believes that Crawford's all-around skill set and versatility make him the more dangerous and complete fighter. Mosley's perspective carries weight, coming from someone who's experienced Mayweather's brilliance firsthand. He acknowledges Floyd's unmatched defensive genius, but points out that Crawford brings a set of tools and unpredictable angles that Mayweather never truly had to face during his era.
Who's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era. And Crawford, this is...
Shane Mosley has also made it clear that while he respects Terence Crawford's complete skill set, Floyd Mayweather is no weak link. In fact, Mosley has repeatedly stated that Mayweather's defensive brilliance and unwavering discipline make him one of the most difficult puzzles in boxing history. Even as Mosley acknowledges Crawford's dynamic offense and adaptability, he maintains that few fighters have ever matched Mayweather's ability to control distance, dictate pace, and neutralize opponents with surgical precision.
I was surprised about his power. When you attack Floyd, he has a way of making you run into it and you feel the power, like a collision. But when you kind of box away from him, yes, he has power, but not like he does when you're trying to attack him. He's not weak, he's strong. Like I say, he trains hard and he does all the things you're supposed to do as a fighter or as a champion.
Shane Mosley faced Floyd Mayweather back in 2010 and famously rocked him in the second round, one of the few moments in Floyd's career where he appeared genuinely shaken. But Mosley later admitted that after that exchange, Mayweather made rapid adjustments, completely shutting him down and never allowing another clean shot for the rest of the fight. That experience helped shape Mosley's perspective. He openly respects Terence Crawford's size, switch-hitting ability, and offensive variety, yet he knows firsthand how quickly Mayweather can adapt. To Mosley, Floyd's genius lies in his ability to neutralize even the most dangerous weapons an opponent brings into the ring.
Everybody talk about Shane Cardi, but what was the issue? Shane started hesitating. Why did Shane hesitate? Because he took the best shot, and he stood there, held on tight, and on top of that, made Shane feel his strength, and came back out like nothing happened the previous round.
Right.
But still stone cold.
Right.
And then Shane ends up being the one hesitating, waiting, and the fight get away from him.
I'm saying Shane hit me with a hell of a shot. Okay. Actually, 2 shots. Okay. But even in that particular round, what I said to Shane was this. I was like, you said something to him when you grabbed him. I said, you gotta kill me.
Oh, shit. I wasn't ready, Floyd.
I said, that was a good one. I said, that was a good one, but you gotta kill me. Wow. I said, you gotta kill me. And then, I'm not gonna lie.
Andre Ward, a former world champion and close friend of Terence Crawford, has been one of Bud's strongest defenders in the ongoing comparisons to Floyd Mayweather. Ward argues that Crawford's adaptability, technical precision, and ability to systematically dismantle elite opponents prove that he deserves to be mentioned in the same conversation as Floyd. Ward has often pointed out that while Mayweather's resume is untouchable, Crawford's dominance across multiple divisions and the manner in which he's beaten top-tier fighters speaks to a rare level of skill and ring intelligence that few have ever matched.
A skill fighter today.
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots
is my favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on is Bud. Because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing. About basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this,
no.
It's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. It's a lot of guys that talking, but until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying a guy you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really.
Andre Ward has even gone so far as to call Terence Crawford the greatest of this generation. Ward has long been one of Bud's most vocal supporters, not just because of their close friendship, but because he genuinely believes Crawford's resume, dominance, and adaptability are unlike anything seen in modern boxing. Following Crawford's emphatic victory over Errol Spence Jr., Ward didn't hold back. He declared that Bud had officially earned the right to be considered the best fighter of this era, a statement that echoed across the boxing world and reignited the debate over where Crawford stands among the all-time greats.
Terence Crawford create greatness and beat Canelo Alvarez tonight. What was your thoughts on that performance from Terence?
From Terence Crawford, just great performance, man. He's been doing this throughout the course of his career. The stakes were a lot different in this fight, a lot more danger. He had to fight that kind of fight in order to beat Canelo Alvarez tonight. And he did that at 37, but getting ready to be 38 years old. And he proved, like Max said, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Hats off to Canelo for taking the fight. He didn't have to take it. Hats off to Turkey Al-Sheikh for putting it together. Just a great, great night for boxing.
Yeah. How special a fighter is someone like Terence Crawford? There was no signs of a size disadvantage there. How special?
You can see it in spots, but it wasn't significant. And I didn't think it was going to be significant. And people call me crazy, but I've been around Terence. He's strong. He's got a wrestling background, and people don't realize that he's been boiling himself down all these years and still being successful, not having to do that. His condition seemed impeccable, and his strength was there, the power was there enough to get respect from Canelo. So what more can I say?
What would you like to see him do next? Do you think there's another fight after this?
I'd like to see him be done. What are we boxing for at this point? What else is there to do? There's always going to be a YouTuber or a reporter or somebody conjuring up another challenge. We box to get ourselves in a better financial position, to build a name and a legacy. Those boxes are checked. What else are we doing?
Yeah, brilliant.
Why are we still in the game?
Yeah, I get it. Andre.
Floyd Mayweather himself has spoken about Terence Crawford with a blend of respect and pride. He's publicly congratulated Crawford on his biggest victories, especially his dominant win over Errol Spence Jr., while also reminding fans of his own unmatched resume and decades of excellence at the sport's highest level. As always, Mayweather presents himself as the standard by which all others are measured. That balance between genuine admiration and the instinct to protect his legacy feels natural for a champion of his stature. For Floyd, being recognized as the best of his era is central to his identity, and the idea that a new generation star like Crawford could challenge that legacy is exactly what keeps this debate alive.
I really like both of those guys. A lot. A lot. You know, I had a chance to hang around Earl. I had a chance to hang around Terence. And both guys, class act. It would look like I'm leaning towards one guy because I boxed one guy before.
It was beautiful to watch, but also tough to watch to see what happened to Errol. Obviously, we don't wish that on,
Nobody.
Nobody.
The best man won. If I was training him or I was in his corner, I don't think he should be fighting at 147 at all. I don't even think he should be fighting at 154.
Really?
I think he should be fighting at 160 or 168.
Wow.
It just